All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the Hollywood Steve podcast right here on YouTube, guys. All right. We're just going to go ahead and kick things off, and we're going to start talking about the not the NFL. I got the NFL draft on my on my brain. Tonight is the WWE draft. Night one starts the WWE. Tonight starts the WWE draft on Smackdown. So I'm going to kind of give you guys who I think is going to go where, and then you guys can kind of give me your thoughts, give me guys your opinions on where you guys, who you guys think is going to go where. So I'm going to start with Ilya Dragunov on NXT. I think that Ilya will probably end up on. I would like to see Ilya go to Raw. Now, why do I say that? Because I feel that Ilya, either Raw or SmackDown, Ilya could have matches with anybody on that roster. Anybody. Ilya could have matches with anyone. Anyone on that roster. On the SmackDown or Raw roster. And absolutely destroy people. But I think he goes to Raw because I want to see Ilya versus Gunther. Yeah. Ilya versus Gunther. Give me that match, please. Yes. So I think that's Ilya go. I think Ilya goes to Raw. And then I'm gonna go with I'm gonna switch it up now. Now we're gonna switch gears. I'm gonna go to Raw now. I think that probably this is tough because I think that Cody will probably end up going to Raw or going from Raw to SmackDown. Because he is the Universal Champion, and they got to have, the Universal Champion be on SmackDown. So I think that Cody will probably I think next would be Cody going to SmackDown, and instead of staying on Raw, I think Cody will go to the Blue Brand and be the champion there on the Blue Brand. But I think he will also kind of go. I think he'll also go between both shows. Next, my next guy would probably be a SmackDown guy. I think Jimmy. I know right now Jimmy's out. But I feel that you need to reunite. I feel it's time to reunite the Usos now that they've had their match, their kind of blow off match at WrestleMania. Now I think that you reunite the Usos and have them be a united front against this new bloodline, and like against Solo Sikoa's new bloodline that he is obviously forming with Tama Tonga and himself. And so I think that you start the wheels turning, start the storytelling, reuniting the Usos, and as the bloodline grows, you get, you could have. There's more. That's another video for another time. But so I think Jimmy goes and joins Jay on SmackDown or on Raw, and we get the Usos reunited. Next, I think would probably be Baron Corbin. I would go Baron Corbin to Raw. I would like to see Baron Corbin on Raw, and this new version of this new version of Baron Corbin. I like this new version of Baron Corbin. I love this new version of himself. I want to see this on. Or no. Sorry, I am scratch going to Raw. Put him on SmackDown. Reunite him with Braun Breaker. Oh, the Wolf Dogs. Yes, reunite the Wolf Dogs. Yes, that was a great tag team name. Reunite the Wolf Dogs. Have them take the titles off of Aussie down of A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Yes. Okay, there. Baron Corbin to SmackDown. Team him up with Braun Breaker. Done. There you go. Then I'm gonna go. Let's go another NXT. Let's go somebody else in NXT. Let's go. I'm just trying to think big. I'm trying to think big names. I know Roxanne Perez is the new NXT Women's Champion. I know she beat Taya Valkyria, Lyra Valkyria. But she is so ready for the main roster. I think she's ready for the main roster, and she can kind of go. She can go between Raw and she can go between, the main roster and NXT, being the champion, obviously. But I want to see her on the main roster. I would like to see her go to SmackDown. Her and Bayley could tear it up. I think her and Bayley could have good matches. Next, oh gosh, my gosh, there are just so many. Next, I'm gonna say, who do I feel is ready for the who? Man, this is tough. This is not easy because the roster in WWE is so stacked right now. I mean, they're man, this is hard. This is really tough. Okay, I'm gonna go Roman when he gets back. Raw. Because you need to reunite him with Jimmy and Jay, and you can start telling this bloodline storyline. The original bloodline against the new bloodline. Roman and the Usos. Tama Tonga and Solo and Jacob Fatu. Whenever Jacob Fatu makes his WWE debut, he has signed. I guess that I heard that he was supposed to be there tonight, make his debut, but he's not going to be on there tonight. So that's not. So we won't get Jacob Fatu tonight, but I think. Unless they swerve all of us, unless they're swerving everybody, which I doubt. I don't think so. But anyway, Roman to Raw, pair him up with the Usos again, and there you go. Damage Control. Split them up. Split EO from EO and the Kabuki Warriors. Split up. I say it's time to split up Damage Control. Let the Kabuki Warriors do Asuka and Kairi Sane. Let them do their own thing. Away from Dakota Kai and Kairi and Io Sky. And let them just kind of do their own thing in the women's tag division and elevate those women's tag titles, which desperately need to be elevated. And then Io, just let Io do her own thing, and whatever with Dakota Kai, I don't, wherever she goes. But I move the Kabuki Warriors from Raw I move them to SmackDown. Let Io stay on Raw, leave Io on Raw. Let the Kabuki Warriors move to SmackDown. Draft the Kabuki Warriors to SmackDown. From SmackDown to Raw. Let the Kabuki Warriors draft the Kabuki Warriors to Raw. I say the Kabuki Warriors get drafted to Raw, and Io Sky and Dakota Kai stay on SmackDown. Blair Davenport. This is one that I haven't heard anybody talk about. Blair Davenport. Draft her to Raw. Her and Becky for the women's title? Yes, give me that. I think her and Becky could have an absolute banger of a match. An absolute classic of a match. I mean, Blair Davenport is really good. Blair Davenport is good. And she needs a title. And I don't think she's not going to get it. She's not going to get it while she's on NXT. Draft her to Raw. Have her feud with Becky and take the title off of Becky. There you go. Done. Booked. So I say Blair Davenport gets drafted to Raw. Tag teams. Okay, Metaphor. This one's a little for me. Metaphor. Metaphor is great, but I think that as much as I hate to say it, well, no, I really don't hate to say it. Noam Dar is good, is so good. I think he needs to be separated from Metaphor. I think you break up Metaphor, draft Noam Dar to SmackDown, and put him with anybody. He doesn't even need to have a tag team, honestly. To be honest with you, he does not even need a tag team. So, Noam Dar to SmackDown. Leave Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson and I forget who the other guy is in Metaphor, but leave the other three down there in NXT. Let them kind of continue to get seasoned down there, kind of continue to build their craft, build their wrestling expertise while they're down there while they're in NXT. So, but I'd say definitely draft Noam Dar up to the main roster. He needs to come up to the main roster. Carmelo Hayes to Raw. Melo needs to go to Raw. I think he would have awesome matches with just anybody on that Raw roster. Yes, I mean that's kind of. I mean, I'm kind of torn here, guys, because I don't know. I'm trying to think of who would go where, and I don't know the. I think the draft is gonna be really good. This is gonna be a telling draft. I think this year, tonight. and on Monday is going to be a deciding factor, is going to be very telling as to where this new Triple H era is going to go, the Paul Levesque era, the trajectory that it's going to take. And of course, Logan Paul, forgot about Logan Paul, U.S. champion. Anywhere, Raw or SmackDown, I don't really care. I'm not really a fan of Logan Paul, to be honest with you. You guys know where Logan Paul just, the guy can be annoying. But put him on SmackDown, let him feud with LA Knight. And there you go, LA Knight SummerSlam takes the title from Logan Paul, and LA Knight finally gets a title put around his waist, which the man so deserves. So deserves. So that's kind of my draft. I know it wasn't a lot, but that's kind of my draft predictions. That's kind of just a few of the guys, few of the people from the wrestlers from the rosters of Raw and SmackDown and NXT, kind of where I think kind of just my few little picks. So I'll be back with another video, guys. With the actual roster of the superstars and who I want to go where. I will do a little more research and we will have a better video on that. And that is my fault. I wasn't really prepared on that. So I 1,000% apologize. But anyway, guys, we're gonna make this a little longer video. So I'm gonna switch gears and we're gonna talk about the PG era being over in WWE. If you guys remember last week on SmackDown, KO came down to the ring after being absolutely destroyed by Tama Tonga, covered in blood, just absolutely covered in, his face was covered in blood. And this is the second time that WWE has had blood on their, has had color, as they call it, has had a wrestler get color on their on the show. First time in a very, very long time was Cody getting absolutely pummeled by The Rock. Cody got color. And then he had Kevin Owens get some color. And they're having a little more free reign with what they're saying as far as their promos go. The language is getting a little more. They're being able to say a few more things language wise. And I think this is going to be the trademark of Paul Levesque, of the Paul Levesque Triple H era, is we're going to get more color, more blood kind of dispersed in, kind of occasionally put into the shows, put into Raw and SmackDown. We're kind of going to get a little more, little splashes of blood here and there. The promos are going to be more real. They're going to have a lot more freedom with the promos. They're going to the superstars are going to be able, the wrestlers are going to be able to say a few more things that they hadn't been able to say in the past. And I think most especially with Raw next year going to Netflix, they will lean way more heavily and become TV 14 and even on the CW too, because they want to reach that more adult audience, which is I think what Triple H is kind of leaning to, going for, is reaching more that adult audience, which is fine by me. I mean, I like seeing guys bleed on wrestling. I mean, that's wrestling. that's guys occasionally getting color is what I want to see. Just like they did back in the Attitude Era. So I think we're definitely gonna get that for sure. We're gonna get a little more guys getting color. I definitely think that we're going to see that, obviously, in the Triple H Paul Levesque era, which I am looking forward to. And I just today I just found out that, you guys remember last week, and I'll end on this one. Dominic is gonna be out for like 9 months. Dominic Mysterio, as you guys saw last week on Raw, he was in a sling. Well, apparently, I guess he injured his elbow at a live at a show. He injured his elbow, and he's going to have to undergo Tommy John surgery. Now, that is the first that I've heard of a wrestler having to undergo Tommy John surgery. It's really big on in baseball for pitchers to undergo Tommy John surgery, but not a wrestler. That's the first that I have seen or heard about a WWE superstar having to undergo Tommy John surgery. So that is a first for that's a first for me that I've heard that. So best of recoveries to Dominic. I wish him a speedy recovery when he undergoes the surgery and he comes back better, stronger, and all that. Get out of the bloodline, please, Dominic. Reunite with your dad. Please, reunite with your dad. Team up with the LWO. Reunite with your dad. And, yeah. There you go. For storyline purposes. Okay, guys. That's it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, before you guys do anything on this video, like, share, subscribe. All right? Help me get to 500 subs, guys, or 700. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you guys also check out our other channel, PlayStation Squad. We are at 744 subscribers, guys. We need to get to 1,000. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers on the PlayStation Squad channel. All right, guys. This is Hollywood Steve saying catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And remember, when you're Hollywood Steve, life is just too sweet.